They invite the head of the special monitoring mission of OSCE, Alexander Haag, and it will be about the security situation in Ukraine.
Welcome to the regular media briefing of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine. First of all, and right at the beginning of this briefing, I would like to inform you of our latest operational activities. And this in particular refers to the reported incident south of the Donetsk city, where a bus was struck this morning, which led to several dead. I can inform you that we have dispatched early this morning a special monitoring patrol to the place of incident. The patrol is currently there and is verifying the information. Thus far, we have counted ourselves 7 dead individuals near the site. I have to emphasize here that our verification of the situation has not concluded yet. And as usual, we will make our findings publicly available once we have concluded our fact-finding. At this point, I would also like to repeat the statements made by the Chief Monitor, Ambassador Apakan, over the past few days, and in particular the one that he has delivered at the special meeting of the OSCE Permanent Council last Tuesday, during which he called upon all sides to exercise maximum restraint and that an immediate ceasefire is needed to stop the bloodshed. The SMM calls for the withdrawal of heavy weapons and armed units from all residential areas in and around Donetsk, as agreed in the Minsk documents. Over the past week, the situation has continued to escalate, and the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission has registered that more civilians have died as a direct consequence of what is a major deterioration of the security situation on the ground. Our monitoring activities show that there are 4 strategically important centers around which this deterioration is focused. It's the Donetsk airport, the transport hub of Debaltseve, the power plant of Shashtye, and the seaport of Mariupol. The fighting in and around the Donetsk airport is fierce, and the special monitoring mission to Ukraine has not been able to reach the airport because of the ongoing fighting, despite the facilitation of localized ceasefire last week, which failed to succeed, and we have not managed to reach the airport. Therefore, there is no independently verified and objective information on the situation in and around the airport. Both sides maintain belligerence and imminent victory amidst the confusion. Innocent civilians are paying an increasingly high price, both humanly and materially. The mission condemns the continuation of the fighting in the residential areas close to the airport, which inevitably results in civilian deaths and injuries. We strongly regret the use of civilian areas as firing positions, which invites counter-strikes and further endangers the lives of civilians. Civilians have further felt economic and financial implications of the crisis, with business grinding to a halt and the government withdrawing state services from the areas it doesn't control. Now I would like to highlight 2 incidents involving our patrol members that occurred yesterday. A patrol of the Special Monitoring Mission to Ukraine observed that a bridge over the Siversky Donetsk River near the Stanica Lukhanska village had been seriously damaged by what appeared to be an explosive ordnance. As the mission crossed the bridge, it was stopped at a checkpoint manned by armed persons affiliated to the so-called LPR. After approximately 2 hours, the patrol was let go and could proceed further to Luhansk city. In another and separate incident, in government-controlled Pavlopil, 80 kilometers south of Donetsk, a special monitoring mission patrol was blocked and caught in crossfires coming from both easterly and westerly direction. The special monitoring mission contacted the JCCC requesting a local ceasefire which would allow the patrol to leave the dangerous area. As the firing came to a halt for 90 seconds, the patrol left the area and a number of civilian cars and civilians also used the localized ceasefire to leave the dangerous areas in that village. The special monitoring mission to Ukraine has also observed heightened tensions in areas outside the Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts, manifested mainly in an increase in the number of explosives used in locations, namely Odessa, Kharkiv, and Lviv. The mission believes that the Minsk agreements and President Poroshenko's peace plan provide a sound framework for resolving the crisis. The mission supports the work of the Trilateral Contact Group and Ambassador Heidi Tagliavini. I would like to end this briefing with our latest mission strength numbers. At this moment, there are 372 monitors from 41 participating states of the OSCE in 10 locations, more than half of which are in Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. We are on course to achieve our target. Within the next 4 weeks, the mission will have a total of 500 monitors in Ukraine. Until the spirit and letter of the Minsk agreements have been implemented, 2/3 of these monitors will be deployed to the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Thank you very much.
Колеги, ваші запитання. Інтерфакс.
Interfax Ukraine, Ігор Соловей. Чекайте. You told that your monitors went to the place of the incident in Donetsk. Will you observe the situation in Donetsk airport? Will you observe that? The second question, do you have evidence that defenders of Donetsk, Ukrainian Donetsk airport defenders, they were poisoned by gas?
With regard to the situation at the airport, the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission will attempt to reach the airport to be able to provide objective and verifiable information. I have to emphasize, for a civilian unarmed observer mission, this is only possible if the security situation permits that. With regard to your question to the reports that have been widely circulated in the media of the potential usage of gas, we cannot confirm these media reports independently. We have reported yesterday in our daily reports of what we have heard at hospitals. We continue to follow on to that situation. Should we learn more and be able to verify this independently, we will be reporting.
П'ятий канал запитання.
Could you please be more precise about today's situation in Donetsk? The witnesses say to the Noviny Donbassa publication that there was a so-called wandering mortar that came to the place and shelled the bus stop. Do you have any information why the shelling happened and who was firing?
For your question. As I have briefed you before, as we speak now, there is a patrol of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission on location near the incident and at the incident scene. Our verification at the moment is ongoing. We have, as of now, seen 7 bodies near the vehicle that has been hit. We have not concluded our fact-finding, and once we conclude, we will report so publicly. At this stage, I cannot conclude further than what I have reported already to you earlier on.
Колеги, чи є ще запитання до нашого?
Any other questions, colleagues?
Okay. Thank you.
Колеги, наступне.
Dear colleagues, our next briefing is within several